hand in the air, helping those in need, how organizers are coming together to make sure every family has a Thanksgiving meal. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalie Bompke. The holiday travel rush is underway with millions of people hitting the roads and the skies. Casey Cronus is all bundled up. She's got a check of the roads for us. Hey, Casey.
Hi, Natalie. Well, as you know, today marks one of the busiest days of the whole year for trains, planes, and automobiles as people hurry home for Thanksgiving. And right now, traffic over the Kennedy is already picking up. According to AAA, the worst window to travel on this Thanksgiving Eve started about an hour ago and ends at 8 tonight. We are expected to see record-breaking travel numbers in Illinois this holiday, including 3.6 million people getting to their destinations by car. A wind advisory is in effect for much of the area until 9 tonight, but weather won't hit travelers hard until they are returning from their Thanksgiving plans when the snow rolls in this weekend. As always, you're encouraged to buckle up and pack your patience. Make sure those tanks are full, and AAA always recommends to have an emergency kit on hand. Reporting live in the West Loop, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Thank you, Casey. A ground stop at O'Hare Airport due to snow and ice is now lifted, and right now we're looking at delays of at least 70 minutes. O'Hare is reporting 30 flight cancellations and Midway just 2. Fox's Caroline Elliott joins us live in Atlanta with a check on how things are looking there from the world's busiest airport. Hey, Caroline.
Hi, Natalie. You can see clear skies, beautiful weather, a lot of sunshine in Atlanta, but we know that's not the case everywhere around the country, which is why we're seeing some of those flight disruptions stack up in regions like yours, Natalie. We know this is already a day that's pretty chaotic. There's a lot of congestion right now in the airspace as a lot of people are heading home to see their family for Thanksgiving. We know TSA also is expecting to screen millions of passengers between now and Sunday on what officials are calling the busiest Thanksgiving travel week in the last 15 years. Now, there were some questions on if airports would be ready after the government shutdown, but it looks like some travelers have been pleasantly surprised in some areas of the U.S.
A little anxious for sure.
We were nervous our flights would get canceled, but we just kept checking the status and it was good.
Hoping that it won't be that bad.
I wasn't worried. I'm not a worrier.
I mean, we expect it. We're Californians. We're used to it.
One thing passengers are not used to, though, is being told what they should or should not wear to the airport. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy told travelers to act a little more civil this year, which he says starts with your outfit. He asked passengers to leave the pajamas at home and maybe, just maybe, even put on some jeans.
Why? A lot more interesting stories in this world rather than worry about pajamas.
We left at 4 o'clock this morning. I'm not going to get up and do my face and put on a nice outfit.
I think it's disgraceful, and I think people need to look respectful and decent.
And speaking of things you should and should not do, the TSA is reminding us all what we can and cannot fly with. So you can fly with a turkey, if that's your thing, baked goods and even stuffing, but apparently wine, cranberry sauce, and gravy is a no-go. So, Natalie, I'm not sure who would want to fly with a turkey, but there you go. The more you know.
I know, right? I always question that as well. I don't know that I want to eat that turkey.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Caroline, so much. Let's take a live look outside here in the Chicagoland area, and we're seeing kind of some overcast skies out there. Caitlin is here now with a look at the forecast.
Cloudy skies, but luckily that snow has been winding down, as we mentioned. With that being said, the wind speeds, they are still incredibly gusty out there. We'll take a look at your current maps in a moment. First, though, talk about that sky cover. The clouds, they're not going anywhere today. As mentioned, we had some light scattered snow this morning, and as of now, most of us are dry, but definitely going to be gray. Temperatures are ranging around freezing, some of us pushing to the mid and upper 30s. Let's shout out a couple of these numbers. It's 33 degrees at the lakefront, as well as O'Hare and Aurora. 35 in Joliet, 36 in Gary. I see freezing from from DeKalb to Woodstock to 34 degrees at LaSalle. Take a look at these wind speeds that have been reported so far today. O'Hare, 48-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Midway, 60 miles per hour. Batavia, 50 miles per hour. Valpo, 52. And from the Michigan City Lighthouse earlier this morning, 66-mile-per-hour wind gusts. These are non-thunderstorm wind gusts. These winds are going to continue to be strong throughout the afternoon until this evening. Right now, we're clocking in at 41 miles per hour at O'Hare and 45 at Midway, 59 in Gary. So these winds are going to continue to be strong. They're strong enough that if you're driving, especially heading north or south on an expressway, you might feel your car shift around a little bit. With that being said, our wind advisory is still in place until 9 p.m. So expect these winds to continue to be howling outside through the rest of the day. We'll take a look at your full forecast, your Thanksgiving outlook, the snow accumulation we expect this weekend. It's all ahead.
Thank you, Caitlin. Chicago police have identified a person of interest in connection to a deadly shooting in the Loop last week. Take a look at your screen here. Police are searching for this person wearing a purple outfit with a gray hoodie. The shooting happened last Friday night along the 100 block of South Dearborn during a teen takeover. 14-year-old Armani Floyd was killed. If you have any information or recognize this person, please contact Chicago police. The family of the woman in the Blue Line attack is launching a GoFundMe to help cover her medical bills. Bethany McGee's family says she is being treated for severe burns. A man is accused of setting her on fire last week while she was on a train. Her family says insurance will cover some of the expenses, but McGee has a very long road to recovery ahead of her. So far, the GoFundMe has raised $191,000. They have increased the goal now to $330,000. The Trump administration says it wants to lower the cost of medication covered under Medicare. But the plan remains unclear as lawmakers continue to debate the cost of health care and those Obamacare subsidies. Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
A White House health care plan is running into some roadblocks from the president. A tentative proposal circulated this week would extend COVID-era insurance subsidies for 2 years and up the eligibility requirements. But Tuesday night, President Trump seemed to reject the idea.
I don't want to extend them for 2 years. I'd rather not extend them at all. Will you do it? It may be some kind of an extension may be necessary to get something else done, because the Unaffordable Care Act has been a disaster.
Without action by Congress, the tax credits expire January 1st and will send premiums soaring for millions of Americans. But some Republicans argue that Democrats actually designed the subsidies to be temporary when they passed them 4 years ago.
They wanted it to expire because it was just COVID related.
During the government shutdown, Senate Majority Leader John Thune guaranteed Democrats a vote on the tax credits by mid-December.
I think Democrats are willing to come to the table. I understood that a number of our Republican colleagues also wanted to get this done.
But House Speaker Mike Johnson has made no promise for a vote.
They have zero interest in keeping health care affordable for the American people.
While premiums could be increasing for millions, prescription costs are dropping for millions more. Medicare has announced lower prices on 15 covered drugs, including Wegovy and Ozempic. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox 32, Chicago.
One of the largest Thanksgiving outreach events just wrapped up on the South Side. Cardinal Blaise Cupich joined more than 100 volunteers distributing turkeys and winter coats this morning. Hundreds of people lined up outside St. Moses the Black Parish for holiday meals and essential winter gear. The parish serves the Greater Grand Crossing and Park Manor communities, operating a weekly food pantry that provides fresh produce and dry goods to over 700 households. Volunteers from Levy are coming together to cook some very special Thanksgiving meals. Gabriella Primus shows us how they are supporting the community.
Yeah, the kitchen has already been hot. It's going to continue today until Thanksgiving as they prep 4,000 Thanksgiving meals. And it's just not your dressing or just a piece of turkey. No, it's the whole thing. I am with Robin Rosenberg. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about all that you guys are able to do for people in Chicagoland for the last 30 years.
30 years. We're producing food for 4,000 people tomorrow. Everything. It's made from scratch. It's fresh turkeys, cranberries, green beans, dressing, mashed potatoes, and the gravy we made. It takes 2 days to make the gravy. We finished it yesterday, last night. Amazing stuff.
So today is another prep day, right? Until you deliver it to Salvation Army tomorrow. How does that work?
Tomorrow morning, we start at 4 in the morning. We fire all the food. We heat up all the food, and then we load it in refrigerated trucks. And we have an escort to the Salvation Army on Christiana Street. And they do 4 different ways they serve the food. They do in the gymnasium there, we serve 1,100 with tablecloths and servers and everything, just like a restaurant. Then they have to-go meals where they come and pick up the meals for families. Say a family of 5, we give them food for 5 people, hot and fresh. They take it home and enjoy it. And then we go to all the locations and vans where the homeless congregate. Wow. Freeways, parks, and we feed them there too. We set up picnic tables and serve them.
You know what? Thank you for giving up so much time. And to the 40 other volunteers with Levy who also give up their time before the holiday. We had some of the cranberry sauce and it caught my eye. I said, you know, how do you portion that out? And you said it's even more work. You know, you put it out for the Salvation Army and they at least help you out with the portions, right?
Yeah, we deliver the cranberry sauce tomorrow morning and they cup it up. I put it on the truck last, so they pull it off first. They put it in 2-ounce cups, and for each plate, dinner, they give a little cup of cranberry sauce. This is fresh cranberry sauce made with fresh cranberries, oranges, orange juice, lemons, and sugar. It's just delicious. It cooks for about 4 or 5 hours.
Well done. Well done. I know it's going to be very good. Last 30 years, obviously you've had opportunities to maybe see the people, you know, and actually physically give the meal to the folks who are receiving it. What is that like? And why is it so special for you to have all these others do it with you?
It's such a great feeling to feed people that are, you know, they're less fortunate than us. It just makes me so happy because we're so lucky for everything we have. And to see the smile on their face from ear to ear, how much they're enjoying it, it makes my whole year. It really does.
Robin, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck to you the rest of the day. Thanks. And then tomorrow, make sure you take a rest too. But you're blessing so many people. Okay,
thanks,
well,
Gabby.
More information about this on our website, fox32chicago.com. Just look under links you saw on Fox 32. I will send it back to you.
Doesn't that just make you feel so good? What a wonderful effort. More news coming up here on Fox 32 News at noon. We'll be right back.
Everyone's
All 24 schoolgirls who were abducted by armed assailants in Nigeria last week have been rescued, but many others remain in captivity. William Lajeunesse has more from London.
Is there another person? Is that just 24 of you?
Yes. Good news in Nigeria. All 24 schoolgirls abducted last week have been found safe, with no deaths or injuries reported. They were reunited with parents shortly after being freed. And while they're in good shape physically, local leaders are warning the psychological damage could be harder to assess.
It's a very tragic event that happened to us. It has really affected many families. And so many are traumatized.
This wasn't a rare event, with dozens of mass abductions in Nigeria in recent years, including a raid last Friday on a Catholic school. 300 students and staff taken. Nigeria's military says it's aware of the problem and it's changing its security posture to reflect the threat.
Progress is being made substantially in that aspect, and all security forces are still deployed.
The military says it is not clear who's behind the abductions. Suspects range from Islamic militants to gangs of bandits, but many Nigerians say they don't feel safe and blame their government.
It's the right of every citizen of a country to be secured.
We don't have a good government.
It also comes as President Trump highlights what he calls persecution of Christians throughout the country. And some lawmakers say it is time to hold the Nigerian government accountable.
We can help them by sanctioning the government for not doing what it could do.
Nigeria receives around $900 million a year in aid from the U.S. Last week, the State Department said it is considering new sanctions against the country to protect Christians. In London, William Lajeunesse, Fox 32, Chicago.
The FBI is scheduling interviews with the 6 Democratic lawmakers featured in a video telling U.S. troops to defy what they call illegal orders. This is the video. The FBI's involvement comes just one day after the Pentagon launched an investigation into Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, featured in the video. President Trump accused the lawmakers of sedition punishable by death.
You can't have a functioning military if there's disorder and chaos within the ranks, and that's what these Democrat members were encouraging.
To be honest, the president's reaction and the use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video. He believes in using the federal government against his perceived adversaries.
All 6 of the lawmakers in that video have served in the military or intelligence community. A police investigation is currently underway after actress Tara Reid claims she was drugged at a Chicago hotel. Reid was in the city for the Chicago Sports Spectacular. An image shared by TMZ shows her in a wheelchair before being taken out on a stretcher. According to a police report, Reid said she blacked out after having a drink with a stranger while staying at the DoubleTree Hotel in Rosemont. And then she woke up 8 hours later, not knowing where she was. Police say they're working with the hotel to gather more information. We're expecting several inches of snow this weekend, but winter came early for other parts of the Midwest. Take a look at this mess in western Minnesota. That is at least 5 jackknife semi-trucks. And that's like, you get excited about the snow as we give you a live look outside, but then that is the reality. If you have to go anywhere, Caitlin, you got to tangle with that.
That's right. Today we have the wind, but at least we don't have snow and issues on the roadways anymore. Right now we are dry in the city. You can see from this live shot, definitely still cloudy and cold. Behind me, satellite radar shows some snow still coming down along the Wisconsin border, so northern portions of Lake and McHenry County. You could see some light snow currently. Also, as we round the lake in Berrien County, eastern LaPorte County, some light snow coming down. But really, the main weather maker, the wind. Today, these winds are howling, gusting currently at 41 miles per hour at O'Hare and Midway, 59 in Gary, 51 in Valpo, 41 in Waukegan, as well as DeKalb. Remember earlier, Michigan City, the Lighthouse, reported 66-mile-per-hour wind gusts this morning. These winds are going to stay strong throughout the day, and our wind advisory lasts until 9 p.m. Tonight, the winds slowly die down. I'm still talking about gusts around 30 to 35 miles per hour tonight, as well as on Thanksgiving. But let's take a look at our maps, because our futurecast will show we have sunshine on the way. So over the next couple of days, it's absolutely going to be cold, and even tomorrow, that touch of gusty wind. but at least we don't expect precipitation until we get into the weekend. That's when you have the chance, actually expecting accumulating snowfall, especially Friday night and Saturday. And then on Sunday, a rain-snow mix is expected. Talking about temperatures, tonight we're dropping down into the 20s. I expect 25 at O'Hare if you have a turkey trot tomorrow morning to go to. The wind chill in the morning is going to be in the single digits. So know that we have brutally cold air settling in tonight and for early tomorrow plans. And then even in the afternoon tomorrow, highs are only going to be right around 33 degrees at O'Hare, most of us in that low to mid 30-degree range. Then we have the chance for snow over the weekend, so you have to plan accordingly. It may be impacting travel throughout Chicagoland this weekend. I'll show you that on your full 7-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Caitlin. With Thanksgiving tomorrow, the Butterball Turkey Hotline is buzzing as cooks look for last-minute help. Roseanne caught up with one turkey expert to share the must-know tips that you need to know to avoid any turkey trouble.
How is this for some inspiration as you get ready to prepare your Thanksgiving feast? This is what you're going for, and the people here at the Turkey Talk Line can help you get there. Right now I have Tyler Loringer with me. She's been taking calls, and she has some great answers for all of us. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's start with, TikTok. We're getting very close to the big day, but it's not too late to thaw your bird.
It is not. If you are not already thawing your turkey in the refrigerator, we need to get it in a cold bath. And so keeping it in the package, putting it in cold water, and it's about 30 minutes per pound to get that thawed.
Okay, so you can still get this done, so don't worry about that. So next up, getting it to the oven. I know a lot of people are nervous about putting the stuffing inside. Can you put the stuffing inside? Do you avoid that?
So when you're preparing the turkey, you don't want to prepare the stuffing too far in advance. It's actually not food safe to stuff your turkey and then put it back in the refrigerator or even make the stuffing the night before. You want to prepare it and then put it in the turkey, get it in the oven. So it's very important to have a meat thermometer with you, and 170 is going to be the magic number.
Leftovers, how long can you keep the turkey?
We typically say about 3 days in the refrigerator for leftovers, and then from there, if you'd like to freeze, you can, but we have so many wonderful recipes on butterball.com that you're going to gobble those up before those 3 days.
I am so safe because it never lasts 3 days. Finally, when you're manning the calls, you must get some silly calls, I would imagine. What's the silliest question you ever heard?
Oh, many people think that they can thaw their turkey many different ways. We've gotten questions about putting it in the hot tub, using a hair dryer. Really, you got to stick to the 2 safe ways, in the fridge or in the cold water.
Oh my goodness. Are any of those questions ever come from a reporter?
I'm sure they have, just to get a laugh out of us, but we're all professionals here, so we're going to give you the honest answer.
Okay, they're going to give you the truth here at the talk line, and you have like 60 or more than 50 people here today taking calls. How long will you be there?
We're going to be here till 9 p.m. tonight, and we're here tomorrow 6 to 6.
Okay, 6 to 6. So don't hesitate to give them a call at the Butterball Turkey Talk Line. A great resource, and who doesn't want to roll out a turkey like this? So I'll toss it back to you now in the studio. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
And I cannot even imagine some of the questions they get. Well, recreational pot is booming, but experts warn today's stronger weed could hook you. Coming up, we're breaking down cannabis use disorder. And 2 items from a popular food brand are being recalled over potential listeria contamination. We'll tell you which ones after the break.
Thanksgiving.
In today's Health Watch, addiction experts are sounding the alarm about cannabis. It's a common belief among pot users that you can't get hooked. But increased availability combined with stronger THC concentrations is leading to an increase in cannabis use disorder. This is a problem that more users are admitting to, even though many may not reach out for help.
I was waking up and doing it. I was driving to the dispensary and doing it in the car before I went in there. I was doing it during the breaks. I did not understand, again, the harmful effects that were occurring.
I think the attitude around it being not as bad or so normalized definitely kept me in my addiction for a much longer time.
Medical officials say help is available, from one-on-one counseling to group therapy and programs like Marijuana Anonymous. They say the first step, obviously, is recognizing there's a problem. Some Boar's Head food items are being recalled because they could be contaminated by listeria. Company says some of its Pecorino Romano cheese could contain listeria. That cheese was sold under the Boar's Head brand. The recall includes cheese sold in 6-ounce containers, and 2 prepackaged deli items under the recall are the Ever Roast Chicken Caesar Salad and Chicken Caesar Wrap. Boar's Head dealt with a similar listeria outbreak in 2024. Before you start shopping for the holidays, new data reveals a staggering amount of people are planning on going into debt this season. Coming up, we'll share some tips on how to save money this holiday season. Welcome back. Here's a look at some of the top stories we're following for you today at noon. Chicago police are looking for a person of interest in connection to the murder at last week's teen takeover. It happened around 10:30 last Friday night along the 100 block of South Dearborn. 14-year-old Armani Floyd was killed. Police are looking for the person in this photo wearing a purple outfit with a gray hoodie. Hey, buckle up. The holiday travel rush is on. Illinois is expected to set a new travel record for the holiday. Let's check back in with Casey Cronus, who is live over the Kennedy with a look at the roadways.
Hey, Natalie. Well, more than 4 million Illinois residents are expected to head out this holiday, and 3.6 million of them will get to the table for turkey by car. If you are hitting the roads, AAA says the worst window to travel started at 11 today and goes until 8 tonight. A wind advisory is in effect for much of the area until 9 tonight, but weather won't hit travelers hard until they are returning from their Thanksgiving plans when the snow rolls in this weekend. The good news is gas prices are the lowest they've been for Thanksgiving since the pandemic. As always, you are encouraged to get your car checked out before a lengthy road trip. Make sure the tank is full and pack an emergency kit just in case you ever need roadside assistance. Reporting live in the West Loop, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Thank you, Casey. Now get inside. I want you to warm up. Between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Americans are expected to spend $80 billion, but there's still some confusion with tariffs and how prices could look. With early deals, price changes, and confusion, I think are we going to weather next? Are we doing this story? All right, I'm going to go on. With early deals, price changes, and confusion over tariffs, shoppers can be torn on whether to buy or, are you even getting a good deal? Experts say to snag must-have toys, popular tech, small home gadgets, and service deals now, and wait on winter apparel and furniture, which could see deeper discounts later.
Some prices are certainly up, but it's within the rounding error of a normal Price is Right contestant, No one really knows for sure how much something's up, and it's different based on category. Consumer sales have been strong all year. They remain strong. They're going to be strong for the holiday, and retailers are going to be playing to win.
So there won't be a lot of deals on furniture. We're told to hold off for bigger savings around President's Day. Experts also warn against common traps like unnecessary bundles, low-quality doorbusters, and overspending to qualify for free shipping. Before going out to buy gifts, financial advisors have some advice so you don't overspend this holiday season. Setting a firm budget can help before heading into the stores. Experts also suggest having a predefined list of who you're buying for. And thinking with your wallet and not your heart is also advised.
When budgets are made, and only about 25% of people tend to make these budgets, most people often admit that they're not going to be able to stick to it. So I think having a disciplined spending plan is a really important thing. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is having an over-reliance on emotion rather than having a disciplined spending plan.
I love this advice, but I feel like if we were all good at taking that advice, we'd be like millionaires, right? Experts also recommend using credit cards and buy now, pay later options with caution. All right, 12:34 now. Meteorologist Caitlin Cody giving us another live look outside. And Caitlin, what can we expect?
Windy conditions. You saw from that live camera, Natalie. Did you see how it was kind of shaking out there? We have gusty winds. Those are going to continue throughout the day. But let's talk about our weather headlines because it is a big travel week. Well, today, that's when we're going to have the 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Then we have a dry Thanksgiving, but it's going to be cold tomorrow. And also, we still could have winds around 30 to 35 miles per hour. And then this weekend, all eyes to the sky as accumulating snowfall is expected, especially on Saturday. Our 24-hour temperature change, though, my goodness, what a difference a day makes. We are 17 degrees colder right now than we were yesterday at this time. So most of us approaching 20 degrees colder. No surprise, when you step out the door, you can feel it. Right now, we're sitting at 34 degrees from O'Hare to the lakefront, 35 at Midway, and 36 in Gary, as well as Joliet. Hovering around freezing, if not just above, in locations like Woodstock, DeKalb, Aurora, 34 at LaSalle. As far as wet weather goes, we still have a little bit of snow along that Wisconsin border. Most of us, though, are dry, but all of us are getting in on this wind. Right now, gusting to almost 60 miles per hour in Gary. 41 from O'Hare to Midway, 44 miles per hour in Chicago Heights, 43 at LaSalle, and that's making it feel like we could be in the upper teens to low 20s. So the wind chill currently is 22 degrees at O'Hare, 21 at the lakefront, 17 in DeKalb. it is going to be a cold day, really a cold stretch of weather ahead of us. Looking at the next 48 hours, when will these winds die down? You may be asking yourself because they have been consistent all day. Well, looks like by this evening, we're going to have those winds down to about 35 to 40 miles per hour at times. I mentioned how tomorrow even we're going to have those winds gusting, though, to around 30, if not 35 miles per hour. So tomorrow it's not going to be a calm day by any means, but the wind is definitely going to be weaker, cutting those numbers in half for some. And then finally, as we wrap up the week, things will really calm down. Over the next 12 hours, though, that wind chill keeps us in the upper teens. That's going to continue into this evening and early overnight. And then tonight, as lows drop to about 25, it's going to feel like we could be in the single digits tonight. And then tomorrow, for Thanksgiving, it will look better. We're going to have more sunshine in the forecast. A quiet day outside of a little bit of a gusty wind. Temperatures dropping to about 33, so it is going to be cold tomorrow again. Friday, right around freezing. We have a couple dry days, and then that chance for snow is back. So Friday night and Saturday, we expect accumulating snowfall. 33 degrees on Saturday. By Sunday, 31 with a rain-snow mix possible. And then early next week, temperatures only in the low 20s as our highs. We could be seeing single digits as our lows, so cold air to start off next week. It's 12:37. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fox 32 News at noon. We're checking the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow Jones trading up by 370 points. Now it's time to look at your best business headlines with CJ Papa.
Target is betting big on a $5 billion revamp plan to boost sales. The company planning new large format stores and remodels despite fierce competition from Walmart and declining traffic at its stores. Americans are hanging on to their old tech more than they did a decade ago, and that's hurting the economy. The average consumer hangs on to their phone for just over 2.5 years, but the average business holds on to devices even longer. The Federal Reserve says each year a company delays upgrading their equipment, their productivity goes down 1/3 of 1%, meaning aging devices are productivity drains. But it's expensive to upgrade and takes time to retrain staff, which is why some companies cling to that old IT as long as they can. A new analysis shows Kevin McAllister's Home Alone 2 New York City getaway would cost over 300% more today than when the movie was made. Data shows the bill has ballooned. In 1992, the total cost of Kevin's trip was just over $2,100. Today, it would cost over $8,500. The big shift in cost comes from that Plaza Hotel suite, jumping from just over $1,000 to a whopping $6,200 today. That's business. CJ Papa, Fox 32, Chicago.
Our noon show will be wrapping up in about 20 minutes, but Chicago Live is just getting started. Anita Blanton standing by with a look at what's ahead. Hi, Anita.
Hey, Natalie, I'm still getting over that $6,200 for a sweet goodness. All right, so it is Thanksgiving Eve, everyone, and, some big conversations are to be had around food, football, travel, and weather, and we've got a little bit of all of that coming up in the next between 1 and 4 here. So our sports team is going to be joining me as we get ready for what could be the Bears' biggest test yet, going up against the Super Bowl champions, the reigning Super Bowl champions. That would be the Eagles, coming up on Friday on Fox Chicago right here. So we'll also be talking about an incredible lineup of college games coming up this weekend. It's like football Shangri-La for all of the football lovers. We're going to bring up our chief meteorologist to talk about our local weather, and because so many people are going to be maybe headed out of state or out of this region, we're also going to widen out our vantage point and talk with Fox Weather about what's going on across the nation, with everything from a tornado touching down outside of Houston to, of course, snow anticipated for our area this week in 1 week. And there's a lot that could cause hiccups for your travel plan. So any of those conditions obviously could be problematic. We're going to check in with our Casey Cronus, who is covering road conditions today and helping people prepare. She is going to be talking with AAA, so we'll bring in her interview. And the Illinois State Police are warning about a danger anytime, really, on the road, any point of the year, but especially during the holidays when people have a tendency to maybe celebrate a little too much before getting behind the wheel. All of that, plus the Boys and Girls Club giving back in a big way today. It all begins at 1 right here online for Chicago Live. I'll see you then.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Anita. A new weekend treat in downtown Chicago. Fire Lake in the Radisson Blu Hotel is launching an elegant tea experience with fresh baked pastries, teas, and so much more. Coming up, we're getting a preview of what guests can expect, and you don't want to miss it. Fire Lake Grill House and Cocktail Bar is bringing a new weekend tradition to downtown Chicago, a beautiful afternoon tea service with sandwiches, scones, pastries, and a curated selection of Rishi teas. So joining us now is General Manager Sean Payne and sous chef David Gomez to show us what guests can expect and why this experience is becoming a Chicago favorite. You guys, the spread looks incredible. So tell me first a little bit about how you decided that this would be a good idea right now.
Well, you know, tea's the new coffee. And, you know, Mom is always working so hard on Thanksgiving. Cooking for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. So why don't you take her out to Fire Lake and treat her to a tea service with some food, and while you're at it, give her some bubbles.
Yeah, why not?
A glass, a bottle.
Right, she needs it all. David, why don't you explain the different tiers of foods that people get during this experience?
So what we have here is a roasted turkey sandwich with a cabbage cranberry chutney and a mustard aioli, a roasted vegetable open face sandwich with basil pesto on a herb focaccia, some smoked salmon with Boursin cheese and preserved lemon, and a traditional egg salad with dill and chives.
So cute.
And some of the sweet stuff we have down here is a madeleine dipped in chocolate, whiskey, caramel ganache tart, a lemon meringue tart, and a pecan tart. And of various scones, a lemon poppy seed scone, a caramel apple scone, apricot scone with maple glaze, and a chai scone.
So fun. What a great variety here. Tell me a little bit about the tea selection, because you use one brand, which is very well known, and tell me about that.
So Rishi is the tea that we use. It's a Vanguard tea maker, one of the first certified organic tea makers in the world. And they make a lot of premium tea and botanicals. We carry 8 different products by them, everything from your basic Earl Grey all the way to more esoteric options like blueberry hibiscus or yuzu peach green tea.
So when you come in, do you get to taste test the teas and then choose which one you like, or do you get a variety during the experience?
We'll do whatever you want, whatever you like.
Well,
How about that?
You guys are the best.
We're in hospitality. We'll do it all.
And then is the champagne an add-on, or is that included with it?
It is unfortunately an add-on, but your mother's worth it. So right here I have, we have some Zardetto, just plain, Italian Prosecco. We have some Bilcart Salmo. I have some Vouv. We even, carry some California Blanc de Blanc.
Very nice. So if people want to make a reservation, where do they need to go, Sean?
They can go right on to our website, firelakechicago.com, and book right from there.
Now, the bookings, are they 7 days a week?
Right. They were doing Saturdays and Sundays, but we've expanded it for the holiday season to Thursday and Friday as well.
And then, David, are you planning on changing the menu up a little bit as the seasons progress?
So for Christmas, we would be altering a little bit of the sandwiches and the sweets, but and for New Year's.
Okay.
So you'll have something new to experience every time you.
So fun. So this is the Fire Lake restaurant at the Radisson Blu Hotel, not too far here from Fox 32. Gentlemen, nice job. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll be right back.
knows where we are.
Watch out!
Boom.
Time's up.
We gotta go.
Do it.
Oh my God! It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
We're not gonna make it.
I got it. Come on.
One of the most highly anticipated final seasons of television ever premieres later today. Jake was the only reporter in Chicago to talk with the entire cast of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I've already heard some people here in the newsroom that are basically leaving here to go home to get ready to watch it. It's part one. It's the first 4 episodes of the 5th and final season of Stranger Things. Drops a little bit later today. Things are getting intense. I had the chance to chat with the entire cast, including stars Millie Bobby Brown and Noah Schnapp, who've been playing these roles, believe it or not, for 10 years. And yeah, there are some things that their characters do that they are starting to run out of ways to get creative with.
Guys, this is a real honor for me. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, this is genuinely an honor. Thank you guys for taking the time. I appreciate you.
I feel like I've seen you over the past years, and it's always fun.
I feel like same, honestly.
Yeah.
Guys, this is an honor for me. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
More than anyone else on the show, you guys have these physical acts that are synonymous with your characters. Obviously, 11 has, and then Will has kind of yeah. And I'd love to know, at what point over 5 seasons, because I know obviously you want to kind of do it different every time. At what point do you go, there is no possible different way I can do this? Like, I've run out of different ways I can do this.
It actually happened to me this year, or this season. I thought, do I throw a little kick? I don't know.
Wait.
Actually, it was
the arm with the kick?
No, I was like, could it be a kick? And everyone was like, Millie, you've gone insane. It's been 10 years. Don't kick. And I'm like, but what if it is? And they're like, stop pitching it. It's not working. So yeah, 100. You're not wrong, Jake. It's actually, you start to go
A little insane.
Yeah, a little bit insane. Like, what else can I do here?
This with a kick.
I never considered.
This with a jazz hand. I love this. Let's reshoot it.
Best season ever.
Yeah.
To that point, because I love that you guys did that, what is the expiration on people asking you to do the things? Have we passed it?
We've passed it, yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone comes up to me and is like, do the goosey. Like, I wouldn't say it's the 11 stare.
By the way. That's what that's called. No, I mean, don't.
But what is the expiration? I mean, there is no expiration on the 11th stare. That will live forever. That is like the iconic part of our
doing
show.
it honestly stopped a long time ago when I heard the phrase, I'm not a performing monkey. I thought, I resonate with that. I'm going to stop doing it. But it's only because I just feel like I only want to do it when it's my character. It feels so silly when I'm Millie in like a ball gown and I'm like, it just doesn't hit the same,
Yeah. And also when that check clears.
Yeah, period, Jake.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do things for free. The final season of Stranger Things, it's going to be 8 episodes total. Here's the breakdown. The first 4 episodes drop tonight at 7 p.m. The next 3 on Christmas Day. And then the 2-hour series finale will drop on New Year's Eve, both on Netflix and in theaters. So if you want to see the whole thing, boom, on the big giant screen.
There it is.
Yeah,
all right.
Very cool.
Thank you, Jake.
Thanks,
and then
Natalie.
Caitlin's going to have a final check of the forecast coming up.
Everyone's
Hey, we want to take a live look at the Chicago skyline. Jake, where did you first see that skyline? We were just talking about this.
In the opening credits of the sitcom Family Matters.
Yes, we were talking about sitcoms and when they know when to end and all that.
They tore down the house, the Winslow house.
I did not.
Yeah, they tore down the Winslow house.
Okay, well, we are hopefully not tearing down the house with all the crazy wind out there, Caitlin.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing from this camera shot. It's shaking around a little bit, which, by the way, Jake, why are you still sitting up there?
I got a recording.
Ah, okay. Jake's hanging out. It's
good to see you, too. I also cherish our time together.
I love you, Jake. It is very gusty outside. We have a little bit of light snow still coming down along the Wisconsin border. But in the city, we're dry. We're just cloudy and windy. Rounding the lake, we still have a little bit of light snow in LaPorte County and Berrien County. Let's take a look at the temperatures, though, because we have the low to mid-30s. It's 34 degrees at the lakefront. We are about 15 to 20 degrees colder right now compared to yesterday at this time. And the wind speeds, they're still quite strong. 40 to 60 mile per hour winds are possible this afternoon. 46 miles per hour currently at O'Hare, 45 in Aurora, 52 in Gary, 25 at the lakefront. Wind chill, feeling like we could be in the upper teens and low 20s, and that's where we're going to stay today. Tomorrow, 33 for Thanksgiving. It's going to be cold but quiet. Winds around 30 to 35 miles per hour. And then on Friday, freezing. This weekend, we expect accumulating snowfall, especially on Saturday. And then we start off next week with the low to mid-20s. Back to you.
Why are you still here?
I'm leaving.
Jake, all right. Have the best Thanksgiving ever. We'll see you here tomorrow, okay? Bye. Out of here.
Next